Jose Mourinho is back in the Premier League with Tottenham Hotspurs. Not words I thought I would say, but I guess that is our current reality. Welcome to the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. My name is Solomon Fowowe, and Dennis returns to us in the studios. It's great to have you on the show today.
Oh, thank you, Solomon. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Also, we have another guest who was with us a couple of weeks ago, but is back again. That's sports journalist Godwin Odiko. It's great to have you.
My pleasure. Happy to be here, Solomon.
Okay, now before we go into the entire Mourinho becoming a Spurs manager, I think it's good we talk about the former manager of Spurs. It's incredible that I'm calling him the former manager of Spurs now, seeing the incredible work that he has done with them. But we know the results of recent have not been really good. He's currently 13th on the log, and he has not taken them to the places that Daniel Levy wants them to be. But do you think, Godwin, that Spurs were right to let go of that's Mauricio Pochettino?
I would say the situation at the club has just escalated. You look at what has transpired at the club in the last 4 months. Been quiet here and there at the club. Players wanting out, and a lot of the club was just in disarray, and you just predict that he's going to get to something like this. But I also say I am being the person that pushed the club to this kind of level and the kind of sacrifices, because there were times a lot of clubs wanted him to join them, and he rebuffed them and just said, I wanted to stay with Spurs and continue my project with Spurs. So I think the way everything ended is just so disgraceful, I would say. But it's not something that I didn't foresee, but the way it ended was just what I was disappointed with. So
it's incredible, Dennis, the way things can soar really fast. You know, it was the same manager that got Spurs to their first Champions League finals. Yeah. Would you say if he had won that Champions League final, that what we're going to be talking about today is going to be entirely different? It wouldn't have been stuff like, oh, Mauricio Pochettino is not more with Tottenham, assuming he had won it. And even if he did not win it like it did happen, it's just a few months ago. This guy was in the Champions League finals. So what do you think? How do you resolve that as the fleeting way that you're looking at boards really just letting go of managers?
Now, board letting go of managers have always come to us in different times, and then through different means and by different yardsticks as well. But you look at that of Mauricio Pochettino and Tottenham, it's one that is quite sad, you know, knowing that, like, he acknowledged that, you know, he stayed on the project, committed himself to the project for like 5 years, and then took Tottenham to this sort of level, even though a lot of people still have a debate whether Tottenham has suddenly become a big club or not. But then that's for the critics to do that. But talk about how the team decided to part ways with Pochettino. I think it is not so cool enough, knowing that, you know, aside the things that he did, took Tottenham to the Champions League final. Whether he won it or not, I don't think anything would have been different, because if he had gone ahead to win the Champions League, I think that would give Daniel Levy more guts to think that, oh, this team is perfect enough to take for Pochettino to take all the way. But it is not so. In fact, there are still some school of thought that believe that the success Tottenham achieved last season was a fluke, knowing that the team struggled in all domestic competitions but went ahead to get to the Champions League final. But me, I just think Mourinho, so I don't want to talk about Mourinho right now, but I just think it is quite sad that Pochettino had to leave the team in the sort of manner that he left them. Although you could say that the results have been very bad, but the results for me were as a result of Pochettino and the management of Tottenham, you know, disagreeing on a whole lot of things.
All right. So you're saying it's not the trophylessness that really caused this, but let's just go over to Mourinho. Now, we see that it's Mourinho, Tottenham in bed now, and do you think it's a form of level up for Tottenham, you know, going from a manager of the level of Pochettino to a manager of Jose Mourinho? So do you think there's any form of step up in quality and in things that Tottenham can achieve?
Now, the talk in quality is what I would not accept, because you look at so like they do say, a coach is as good as his last result. You know, look at how Jose Mourinho left Manchester United. He left Manchester United as a team that were wallowing in ninth position, a team that he even said it would be a miracle to take Manchester United to the Champions League the following season. You know, so coming back with Jose Mourinho, I think it's not the sort of comeback we would have been expecting from Tottenham. If you think that Pochettino was not the right guy at that point to let him go and bringing in Jose Mourinho, I think what Tottenham only achieved in bringing in Jose is just, you know, a level up in personality in your managerial role, not necessarily a level up in the quality of the team, because Mourinho will still be working with the same set of players. He will still be working with the same egocentric Daniel Levy. So in the same way, I think Jose Mourinho coming to Tottenham does not improve Tottenham for me. It's just to manage the crisis that is there.
So Godwin, now we're saying that Jose's his career, when you look at his trophy-laden career compared to Mauricio Pochettino's career that has not gotten too many trophies in it, you're saying that is not enough for you to consider that Daniel Levy made the right choice?
I think it was yesterday. I was reading a site. I don't know if I should mention the name of the site. I think it's Daily Mail. They were exposing. It was an exclusive story that one of their reporters broke that the club actually went for Brendan Rodgers before they considered Mourinho. Mourinho was like a second choice to them, so it wasn't as if they went for Mourinho at the first. So that goes to show that they were looking for a manager that will continue what Pochettino has
started.
Exactly, and the kind of project, because you look at Mourinho's pattern, but it's a complete mismatch. So I was always thinking, when I was seeing the rumors that Mourinho has been linked to Spurs after Pochettino got sacked, I was worried. I was like, how is it possible? How will you you're letting Pochettino, a manager that wants front foot football, that wants attacking football, and you're bringing in a manager that's very conservative in Mourinho. So when I got to know that they actually went for Brendan Rodgers first, I understood that. So it's maybe just like you're looking at Mourinho, just like, okay, let's just give him a try. Maybe he's willing to change his style and bend to it's just a matter of one person bending for another here. It's either Mourinho bends for Spurs or Spurs bend to Mourinho and just forget about all the things Pochettino has built all over the years. So
now we know Mourinho as a big character. He has a bit of a big mouth too. Controversy seems to always follow him. And now he's back in the Premier League, what you call a melting point of such things that can incite, you know, pretty much what Mourinho does normally, being a big man in press conferences, saying things and throwing jabs and all of that. Now, we see him return to the Premier League. What does that portend for the Premier League? Is it more drama? Is it the Jose Mourinho that points three fingers in the air and says, I want this, I want that, I want that, with Tottenham? So what do we expect? Mourinho back in the Premier League?
Of course, with Mourinho, you expect to see drama, you expect a lot of media clashes here and there, and Mourinho is just drama, from non-stop drama with Mourinho. So you just expect that to happen with his press conferences. You have a go at the referee, you have a go at some of his players. That's what Mourinho gives to the media, and that's why a lot of the media are happy that he's back.
So away from the media now to the footballing aspect, do you think that Tottenham are going to be doing a whole lot better? Do you think they're going to be worse off? That's on the pitch with Mourinho at the helm.
For the first few matches, I think, you know, Mourinho would be able to at least steady the ship that is there in Tottenham for now. But on the long run is what I'm not so certain of, saying that Mourinho is a manager that historically, you know, starts a relationship very well with his players, and then on the long run ends it in disarray. So, you know, these are evidence in the way he managed players at Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and even Manchester United. So I think his relationship with the players in Tottenham, saying that they are not so much big egos in the dressing room of Tottenham, you know, I'll say for the likes of Jan Vertonghen and Harry Kane. So I think the ego in Tottenham dressing room right now is enough is what Mourinho is capable of managing, and if he does manage this well, I think at least they would be better by the end of the season off the 12th position they currently were.
So where do you think they're going to be finishing end of the season?
It's quite so, seeing that we still have about more than 20 matches left in the season now. I think at least, to be fair enough, if he could get them to maybe 5th or 6th, but I don't see them going to the top 4 with Mourinho, no.
So, Godwin, what do you see Mourinho finishing with Tottenham?
I definitely don't see any club catching up with the likes of Leicester at the moment. So it's just you know with the table these days, you're going to expect Liverpool to finish top 4. You're going to expect Man City to finish in top 3, yes, and I'm including Leicester now. So we are the battle will be between Chelsea, Manchester United, and Spurs. Now with Mourinho now, they're going to give you a battle. So but I still feel I think the gap between Spurs and top 4 at the moment is pretty big, and I just don't see the likes of Chelsea becoming so bad that they will just bottle the lead at the moment. And so, like you said, I'm just going to say I see them finishing outside of the top 4, maybe something close to 6th or 5th. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're the betting expert here, and let's just take a peek into the future. If you're saying, I think he got signed to 2023, and
yes,
now you're trying to look at, chart a course for Mourinho to 2023. That's if he gets there. So one of the questions I'm going to be asking you is the fact that, do you see him finishing till 2023, or he getting sacked, or how many trophies do you see him winning in that span?
Definitely with Mourinho, you expect him to pick up some of these domestic cups like the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and all of that. But if you're saying Tottenham should win the title, then Levy has got to spend. And looking at the Levy, I know, and from his antecedents, I don't think Spurs are at that level. When I say that they are level, they're not at the level of Manchester United, they're not at the level of Liverpool, they're not at the level of Man City at the moment. They just built their new stadium, and like we saw with Arsenal, you know how it took them before they started buying a lot of players after they built their new stadium and all of that. So I feel he will win some trophies, domestic trophies, because Mourinho doesn't joke with anything trophies and cups, and he will want to just prove a point that he's going to leave Tottenham with something. But if you're going to tell me that he's going to win the title, I doubt it. I doubt it seriously. I really doubt it if he's going to pick up the title with Spurs.
Okay, let me just pass this other question to Dennis. Do you think he's going to be finishing at the helm with Tottenham? That's finishing his current contract, which ends at 2023, or Daniel Levy will give him the boot?
It was the last time Mourinho finished his contract was far back in with Porto. So, and then they even renewed his contract before he left there to join Chelsea. So ever since then, seeing Mourinho finish a contract would be another surprise package from Mourinho himself to his followers. But Mourinho marriage with Daniel Levy, Tottenham, and then look at the London. Look at the battle in London, knowing that he's managed one London side, he's now managing another. I don't see him changing the history about himself. So I think he will end up being kicked out of the job.
Whoa. Personally, I think I'm excited to see Mourinho back into the Premier League, because there comes a whole lot of drama, a whole lot of talking points for the nutmeg, yes. So when we come on Mondays and when we come on Fridays, we're sure that we're going to be having things to talk about. Thank you so much for talking to us on the nutmeg, Dennis.
Always a
and
pleasure.
it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today, Godwin.
Thanks,
so that's all we have for you today on the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you should absolutely do that. Awesome content from Guardian Nigeria all the way for you. Thank you so much for watching once again, and this has been the Nutmeg.